Hi, everyone. I just wanted to give everyone a whistleblower's. I'm a federal investigator for a former special prosecutor, though he was never the front man. He was just an attorney who worked on special independent investigations for DOJ Civil Rights Division. He was never, like there's Jack Smith and Richard Herr, but they're just the front people. They've got a whole team of lawyers that really do most of the, not all of it, but a lot of the work, the investigative work. And I work for an attorney who used to do that. He's a Jim Crow piece of Republican shit, pretending to be a Democrat. But basically what I wanted to say is Republicans, you're seeing all these Republicans support Biden and not election fraud. Trump's right. There was election fraud. All of us in this ongoing investigation know that. We know Trump's a former Democrat. The Clintons wouldn't be who they are if Trump hadn't picked them up out of the Lewinsky ashes. They couldn't go back to Arkansas because of the Whitewater stuff. So Trump said, come to New York and I got you. Trump was a registered Democrat. He poured several $9,000 donations into getting Hillary Clinton parachuted into the New York Senate as Arkansas Klan. New Yorkers are real picky about who they elect to represent them. You have to be from New York because they got real special needs. You got 19 million people crammed in one little area. Your transportation issues, are there trains, are there this, are there that? Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the park rangers. I had to tell a few of them off. But anyway, so you're seeing all these Republicans throw Trump under the bus because they all know Trump's a former Democrat. He's not a real Republican. There are no real Republicans and there are no real Democrats. But, that's all theatrics. And Trump's got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And his New York real estate attorney, one of them, Andrew Cuomo, won an Emmy for his theatrics during COVID for good reason. So basically, if there really was election fraud, why is Trump being indicted? Because once he got all that evidence that there was election fraud, Trump was supposed to hire independent special counsel to investigate it. Well, he couldn't do that because he helped Democrats steal the election from progressive voters voting for Senator Sanders, Green Party, and everybody else. Everybody got screwed. It wasn't just Republicans. But Trump didn't say, well, he actually did say something. He said, don't let them steal it from you, Bernie. So that means Trump knew the Democrats were rigging the election to install Joe Biden. And Trump allowed it to happen because Trump didn't want to run against Senator Sanders. He would have lost. Senator Sanders was pulling votes from every direction. He was a true bipartisan candidate that was very popular on Fox News. He's popular with Republicans, Libertarian group. He spanned the whole spectrum. Trump did not. He has a very specific rapist conservative base that wants medical martial law for women and criminalize women's health, criminalizing birth control and abortion. That's slavery. So that's who Trump's really more popular with. There are a few people who aren't in touch that really think he's fighting the establishment. He is the establishment. He helped, he's been a millionaire all his life. He created the establishment. So basically what Trump did was after the Democrats stole the election from the progressives and then hamstrung him and stole it from him, he and his lawyers tried to steal it back illegally instead of, like Fani Willis put it, to go through the proper steps to dispute election results. So she basically confirmed what I've been saying all along. And my sealed indictments that I filed in the Western District of New York against Trump, Cuomo, Buffalo Mayor Byron Brown was for capital homicide to avoid detection on racketeering. or RICO violations. So before they can make the capital homicide charges, multiple charges, they have to establish the RICO. And a lot of this was behind Epstein. That's why they're also publicizing the sexual violence of Trump and Giuliani and Cuomo. So I'm just giving you a little insight as to the strategy. It's called Game Theory Mathematics. Go watch a few videos on YouTube on what game theory mathematics are, and they will show you this is exactly what prosecutors do. They pinch the mouthiest motherfucker out there. They always go after the mouthiest one who's easiest to flip, and that's Trump. He's already doing it. Jim Jordan, James Comer, they're flipping on. They know the Republicans are going to start exposing all the Bidens. The only thing is, Comer and Jim Jordan, and I mean GYM Jordan, they're only exposing the crimes by the Bidens that they too are involved in. They're talking about hunters, human trafficking, and sex trafficking. They're only talking about hunters. They won't talk about the shit they did with Epstein. They won't talk about Jim Jordan helping a doctor at Ohio State molest the student athletes. So when you're biased towards either Republican or Democrat, you're not going to see the whole picture. I'm a Navy brat. I'm sworn, and as an investigator, I'm sworn to protect everybody from constitutional violations. So, anyway, maybe stop playing on Team R or Team D or Team Red or Team Blue and start going Team you and your kids, and stop meddling in other people's health care. You want medical martial law for women? Guess what? That's going to blow back on you, and there was no bigger testament than that when all the Republicans and Democrats lost their jobs because they wouldn't comply with mask mandates or vaccine mandates or whatever. That which you sow, so shall you reap. What goes around comes around. Thessalonians says, you mind your fucking business. You keep the eye on your business. Don't go meddling in what some other woman's going to do about her medical condition called pregnancy. She can prevent that medical condition or treat it any way she sees fit. I personally don't believe in late-stage abortions unless it's a medical emergency for the mother, or the baby's died, or there's something, there's a life-threatening emergency. If you haven't decided by the 6th or 7th month whether you want to have the baby or not, then that's just me as a woman speaking. I know enough about women's health to make that judgment. Men, you ain't never going to be pregnant and have to deal with some asshole man dragging you into family court, not paying child support, and fucking with you for the rest of your life because you spawned his fucking child. Men like to get women knocked up to keep them dependent on it. It's slavery. And if you've never been through that, shut your fucking trout. You got no right to have an opinion on it. That's like me saying that I should tell men how to masturbate. I don't know how to. I don't have a penis. So you're meddling in other motherfuckers' business and in installing people in the government to enact medical martial law. Well, they're not going to just enact it on women. They're going to enact it on everybody.